Hey botany students, it's time for your first test of the quarter. You're going to be following me around while I ask you questions live, pre-recorded. I'm going to be walking through the woods, asking you all sorts of questions that you're going to have to identify species, put them in plant categories. You'll be answering them on a Google Doc that you'll turn in when the test is over. Okay everybody, here's how it works. We're going to go into the woods. I'm going to ask you some questions. I'll say the actual question number and I'll make sure I repeat it on the screen so you know what to write down when. Come on everybody, let's go. Hey, just walking in the woods talking to myself, but nobody can hear me because I'm all alone. Whoa, looks like we've arrived at our first example. Take a look right here. I want you folks to, in your Google Doc, identify this plant not by its scientific name, but I want you to classify it using the 5 different categories we've been using in class. All right, big continuity error here. I was walking downhill, now I'm walking uphill. Hey everybody, here's a second example. Take a look at this. Again, I want you to identify this thing not by scientific name, but by those 5 classifications we've been using in class. Here it is, ostensibly growing out of the side of a rock. I don't know what it is. That's your job. Look out everybody, looks like we've got a 2-for-1. And not actually 2-for-1, it's 2 separate questions. Get these out of there. I got something growing on a rock here. It's a green fuzzy. I'd love to sit on this stuff in the forest, but there's also some pokey uppies. Your job on questions 3 and 4 is to identify, the same as you've been doing, 5 major classifications we've been using. Identify number 3, whatever these green fuzzies are. And then number 4, identify whatever these brown colored pokey uppies are. Hey guys, look what I found right over here. I'll take you a bit closer. All right, Hotshots, we've already talked about this particular plant group in context of answering those other questions. What I want you to do now is tell me why this particular plant group is so successful. These types of plants represent about 80% of all living plants on the planet Earth. So what about this particular group makes them so successful? Hey everybody, look what I found. I'm not in the forest anymore, but I came over where there's some of the trees that produced this particular thing. So, just like our other questions, I'd like you to identify, using those 5 different categorizations that we've been using, what in the world this thing came from. Folks, you're witnessing the very rare cat tree. Grows up like a normal tree and then promptly turns into a cat. Hey everybody, got another question for you. I'm sitting here next to a bird feeder. What do bird feeders usually contain? And why are those things so very important? Here's some of them right now. There they are. And interestingly, no, you can't eat that. I mean, you can. Actually, that's a hint to the question. This thing's very similar to the stuff that's inside this bird feeder. So what makes these things so important? All right, everybody, I was walking around and I found this. 2 individuals of the same species in different stages of their lives. So what I want you to do with this colorful one is tell me what stage of its life it's in and what's the point of this stage. And with the not so colorful one, what stage of its life is it in and what is the point of these fluffy things. Hey everybody, I found something interesting, and it's not the cat. I'm looking at this stuff right over here. It's living on top of another organism. There's a name for that. I'm not going to tell you what that name is. Maybe we'll make that a bonus question. What do you call some type of organism that's living on top of another organism? By the way, why would you want to do it? It's free real estate. Hey everybody. Got a bonus question for you. This is actually worth some extra credit. I don't know how much. Look at these things right here. These are special structures of a particular plant that we've studied. We've not gone over it in class, so what are these things called? Bonus.